I'm Sniti, your French educator from Master French with Sniti. And as you all know, we have completed the full detailed version of this lesson, the reading part of lesson number 5, that is dans la classe. And today, what we are going to do? We are going to start with the master key. So let's get started. So the first topic that we are going to see is the adjective. And before reading this all, then let me tell you that there are two most important topics in this chapter, that is first the adjective and second the verb. इसके बाद तो हमें verb के uses बताए हैं and then how to describe a person or yourself as well. So the main thing that is the adjectives and verb, बाकी चीज़ें तो हम सब लोग सीख लेंगे, but ये आपका till the end of the world they won't leave you. So let us start by reading les adjectifs, which means the adjectives. So now before starting and reading about what rules and regulations we have for the adjectives in French, let us learn what are they in English as well. So they add more to the noun or pronoun. Now what does this statement means? The basic meaning of this statement is that adjective describes a noun or a pronoun. Now in French there are points to remember, that is there are three main points, that are they agree with the noun they qualify. That means if the noun is singular, then the adjective will also be singular, and if the noun is plural, then the adjective will also be plural. So we won't see much difference in the pronunciation, but the one main thing that we are going to see is the difference in the spelling. Like for example, here I have the first person, that is Ria. Ria is big. So how can I write it? The adjective for Ria is grand. So here there is no S. And in the next one we have Ria and Soma. They both are there, which means the thing that is more than two or more than one, that is known as plural. So therefore we have Ria and Soma, which means Ria and Soma are big. So here S is added to it. There is nothing, but there is an S, that shows that this adjective is in plural. Now let us go on to the next one, that is the feminine is formed by adding an E. So how is the feminine formed? It is done by adding an E to the masculine form. For example, I'm going to use the same word, that is grand. It means big. So let me tell you that this means big. So why I'm choosing this? To make it much more easier. As you see in the book, there are different examples for different sentences. But this will help you to understand how can one same word can be transformed into the feminine form, and then the singular or to the plural form, and then also the masculine form as well. And then we'll see how they qualifies with the noun. So there are three uses, there are three types that can adjective be used. For example, the feminine form, they're adding an E. So here in the masculine form we have no E, Grand, which is grand. And in the feminine form we have an E here, E, you see, E is here. So therefore this is in feminine, grand. Then we have the third point, that is the plural is formed by adding an S. So how is the plural form? It is done by adding an S to the singular form. That is, example is given here, grand. It is in the singular form. So let me first write it, that this is in the masculine singular form. I'm just writing the short form. This is in the masculine plural form. This is in the masculine singular form, and this is in the there is no space here, so I'll write it here, that this is in the feminine singular form. Now this is also in the singular. I'm not writing either with masculine or feminine, but just I'm taking them collectively. So this is in the singular form and this is in the plural form. My bad, I just showed this wrong. Yeah, so this is in the plural form. Now we read about all this, but there are some exceptions, such as but if there is already an E. So this is for the feminine form. Feminine के लिए हम सिर्फ E को ही usually add नहीं करते. अगर पहले से ही एक E है masculine form में, तो फिर उसको ज़रूरत क्या है दूसरे E को लगाने की. So therefore, but if there is already an E already an E in the masculine form, then it remains the same in the feminine form. For example, the example is given to us, that is sympathic, which means sympathetic, or it can also be used for kind. So the example here, in the masculine singular form we have E here, and in the feminine form it already has an E, so it will remain the same, that is sympathique. So now let us go on to the exception for the plural form. अब जैसे कि हमने फेमिनिन फॉर्म में देखा, अगर पहले ही एक ई है तो फिर उसे वो जो स्पेलिंग होगी वो सेम ही रहेगी. वैसे ही अगर प्लूरल में सिंगुलर फॉर्म में अगर पहले ही एक एस है, if there is already an s in the singular form, then it remains the same in the plural form, just like the case of the feminine one. So here an example is given to us, grow, which means fat. So there is already an s in the singular form, then there will be no change in the plural form. Now you won't be able to guess it. मैंने आपको एक ट्रिक करने के लिए ये यहाँ पे लिखा था. यहाँ पे सिर्फ एग्जाम्पल में मैंने सिर्फ वो वर्ड लिखा है सिंगुलर और प्लूरल में, बट हमें पता कैसे चलेगा कि अगर वो सिंगुलर में है या फिर प्लूरल में. सो वी कैन फाइंड इट बाय सीइंग एट इट्स सब्जेक्ट प्रोनाउन, लाइक इल ए ग्रो, इल ए grow, and here we can do it as ils sont gros, gros, ils sont gros, he is fat and they are fat. So that was all for the adjective, and let us go on to the verb. And here once again you have completed this successfully, bravo. Now let us go on to the verbs. So here we are, the next important topic of the 5th lesson, which is dollar class, which is the verb. And today we are going to see the avoir verb, that means to have. Here is the conjugation of avoir verb. First we have it in singular, and then how do we take it in plural. So this is the conjugation. But जितने भी verb होते हैं, सारे के सारों को पढ़ने से पहले हमें ये जानना होगा conjugation क्या होता है भाई. Conjugation का basically conjugation में we change the verb to express its mood, टेंस और द पर्सन. तो अब ये तो हो गई बेसिक डेफिनेशन, बट अब हमारे को असली में हमारे को ये फंडामेंटली समझना है कि कॉन्जुगेशन का मतलब क्या होता है. तो कॉन्जुगेशन में हम कुछ नहीं करते हैं, हम वर्ब को इस तरीके से चेंज करते हैं, इस तरीके से मोल्ड करते हैं ताकि वो सेंटेंस में फिट बैठ जाए. जैसे कि फॉर एग्जाम्पल आई विल गिव इट टू यू दैट I am playing, so I am playing, मैं खेल रहा हूँ. And then we have the next example, that is I have played, मैंने खेल लिया है. So here it is, the first sentence have the present tense and the second sentence have the past tense. So to fit in the sentence, in the first sentence we have it as play, we have it as I am playing, sorry, play, I am playing. And in the second sentence we have it as played, I have played. तो यहाँ पे जो हमने ing और ed जो जोड़े हैं, these are the conjugations of the verb play. This is the first form of the verb, the first one, the first form of the verb. So therefore this was the example, and now we have understood that what is conjugation. But before reading the verb avoir, that is to have, we need to know that there are different conjugations of different group of words. Now how many groups of verbs are there? In the 3rd lesson as well, I have told you in the detailed format that what are verbs, and I have told you more than what is in the book, and I am doing so here right now, as it would be more easier for you to learn what are verbs, as they have a very key role in the learning of French. So now first we need to see how many groups of verbs are there. So here we have verb. So there are 3 groups according to their ending. First is er, second is ir, जैसे कि हमारे पास ये है ir, और थर्ड जो है हमारे पास वो है re. और re ग्रुप में इरेगुलर वर्ब आई वी, मैंने शॉर्ट फॉर्म में लिख दिया इरेगुलर फॉर आई एंड वर्ब फॉर वी. सो इरेगुलर वर्ब आते हैं, वर्ब भी आते हैं. अब ये एंडिंग मैंने बोला, आई सेड समथिंग सम वर्ड दैट इज एंडिंग, दैट अकॉर्डिंग टू द एंडिंग दे आर डिवाइडेड इनटू थ्री ग्रुप्स. द फर्स्ट इज ER, IR, and then we have RE. Now what is ending? So as we can see in the example, our verb only. So यहाँ से लेके यहाँ तक जो है ये हमारा कहलाता है radical, और ये जो है ये इसकी ending है. IR is the ending of this verb that makes it a verb. Now if we see both of them combined, then that is called as the infinitive. So now here we have seen, तो ER वर्ब की डिफरेंट कॉन्जुगेशंस होती हैं, IR वर्ब की डिफरेंट कॉन्जुगेशन होती हैं, और IE वर्ब की भी डिफरेंट कॉन्जुगेशन होती हैं. सो नाउ लेट अस रीड द कॉन्जुगेशन ऑफ avoir वर्ब विच मीन्स टू हैव. द फर्स्ट वन वी हैव इट इन सिंगुलर. तो जब भी हमारे पास कोई भी वर्ब होता है तो हम उसके साथ हमेशा उसका सब्जेक्ट प्रोनाउन लेते हैं, या फिर यहाँ पे आप दे सकते हैं ट्यू, ज, इल, एल, नूज, वूज, इल्स, एल्स. ये सारे जो हैं ये सब्जेक्ट प्रोनाउंस हैं. और उसके बाद अगर कभी ये जो हमारे मैस्कुलिन फॉर्म और फेमिनिन फॉर्म में बट एक चेंज आता है कि इसमें हम लोग जो है इसमें हम लोग नाउन को भी लेके सेंटेंस को आगे बढ़ा सकते हैं. जैसे कि शी हैव समथिंग, सो नादिया आ something, which means Nadia have something. I am not telling you what is something in French, as you will read it in the ALF part 2 or part 3, and I need to create a little bit suspense that makes it much more fun for you to learn. So now let us read this. So first one we have is je, it means I have. अब यहाँ पे normally जब हम subject pronouns को देखते हैं तो पहला जो subject pronoun होता है वो हमारा होता है je, but उसके साथ हमारे पास होता है J apostrophe. So what is the difference between J and J? They both mean I. They both mean I. But just the difference is that this is used before vowels and this is used before consonant like A, E, I, O, U, silent H and Y. So now here A is written here, A is there, so therefore there will be J apostrophe. J, which means I have. Tua means you have. Il a means it or he have. So now as you can see he here, so therefore this is in the masculine form, and here we have la which means it or she have. So as you can see she here, this is in the feminine form. Then we have it in the plural form, that is nous avons, which means we have. Vous avez, which means you have. Ils ont, elles ont, they both mean that they have or they have. So what is the difference between ils or elles? They both are in plural. Yes, we know that for sure. But the difference is that as you can see in the singular one, il is for the masculine form and L is for the feminine form. So S is added to both of them, that transforms them into plural, and therefore ils means masculine form of they have whenever there is male people or masculine one, and then we have L that is for feminine. And अब आपको याद रखना है जिस ग्रुप में फेमिनिन और मैस्कुलिन दोनों के दोनों हो वहाँ पे हम क्या यूज़ करते हैं, मैंने आपको पहले भी बता रखा है, जो कि है कई एक्सरसाइज में हमने किया है. लेसन 3, लेसन 2, लेसन 4, इन सब के एक्सरसाइज में हमने किया है कि जब भी दो ग्रुप जो वर्ब होते हैं, दोनों ग्रुप के पीपल, जो फेमिनिन ग्रुप के भी और मैस्कुलिन ग्रुप के दोनों एक साथ होते हैं, तब वहाँ पे हम लगाते हैं इल्स. तब लगाते हैं इल्स. इल्सो मीन्स दे हैव, इल्सो मीन्स दे हैव. सो नाउ here we have understood about this, but let me read them one by one for you once again so that you would remember their pronunciation. The first one is je. Then we have tu as, il a, elle a, nous avons, vous avez, ils ont, elles ont. So here we are done with the verb avoir, but now let us go on to the uses. So first is to tell someone have something, that is the meaning. तो पहला यूज जो है वो इसका मीनिंग ही है, जो कि हमारे को बताता है that someone possesses something, like to have. J'ai un stylo, which means I have a pen. I have a pen. And then to tell age, तो यहाँ पे हमारे को एज बताने के लिए भी यूज़ होता है. पहला तो यूजुअली वर्ब जो होते हैं अपने मीनिंग को ही बताते हैं, बट आवर वर्ब में ऐसा है कि वो अपने मीनिंग के साथ साथ एक और चीज़ को डिस्क्राइब करता है, दैट इज़ टू टेल एज. लाइक ये डैश ऑन विच मीन्स I am dash year old. So now you can here write your age. Like someone would be 9-year-old, someone would be 5-year-old, 6-year-old. So they can all write their ages here. So here we have completed the verb part and also the adjective part, and they were the most important part of the lesson number 5, that means dollar class. और हमने रीडिंग पार्ट में भी ये देखा था कि डॉलर क्लास का मतलब क्या होता है. इट मीन्स इन द क्लास. So now here we have completed the master key successfully, and I hope that you like the video. Do like, share and subscribe to my channel, and if there is any doubt about these two topics, that is the verb or any other thing as well for the question and answers, then you can tell me in the comment section and I'll reply to them and fulfill your doubt. अरे अभी जाना मत, जाने से पहले bravo to you all, that is very good. Clapping, here is bravo for you. There is a cute smiley and smiley person that I made, and bravo, that is all because of you all, that you are grasping this knowledge so very well that I am just splendid. So now in the next video, as you all know, that we have completed the master key and we'll do the question answers. I and you, we both will complete them like मक्खन की तरह, उसे एकदम complete कर देंगे. Bye bye.